ActionSA has submitted a motion of no confidence against the Mayor of Ekurhuleni, Sivuyile Ngodwana, and members of his mayoral council. The party says the ANC is responsible for the city's deteriorating finances. Service delivery has ground to a halt with unpaid service providers and a waste management crisis. ActionSA caucus leader in the city of Ekurhuleni, Siyanda Makhubo, joins us now. Siyanda, I appreciate your time this afternoon. Now, what specific actions has Mayor Ngodwana taken or failed to take that have contributed to the deterioration of the city's finances and service delivery?
Thank you very much, Hugo, for inviting us, and good afternoon to your viewers at home. Over the past year, where Mayor Ngodwana and the ANC-EFF coalition have been in power, we have seen a very disastrous state in the city of Ekurhuleni with the financial decline of the city. We have seen the city being unable to pay very important service providers such as Eskom, Rand Water, Ervat, and other important external service providers who bear the brunt of service delivery within the city of Ekurhuleni. And now this is very important to note for viewers at home because the city owes about 2 billion rand to these external service providers. And when the city is unable to pay for external service providers, then it means they're unable to provide services. And we've started seeing many areas within the city where rubbish and waste has not been collected over a period of time, where infrastructure has not been maintained, where substations are blowing up at a daily occurrence. We're also seeing the infrastructure of water bulk not being able to make sure that taps are running. Another issue the reason why we place this motion of no confidence is a reason because the MMC for Finance has not tabled the very important annual financial statement owed to the city. And we, viewers at home, would have seen the back and forth with the Auditor General and the MMC, which was rather embarrassing and bizarre for us. Because then we know that the city has received an audited financial statement from the Auditor General, but the MMC is still not tabled that with the city. So we are saying as ActionSA, we cannot fold our arms whilst we're seeing crumbling service delivery being experienced on a daily basis, while the financial liquidity of the city is put to question. So ActionSA has put forward this vote of no confidence to get rid of Mayor Ngodwana and the ANC-EFF coalition.
Now, how is it that they're getting it wrong, do you think?
We think it's an issue of leadership. We have a leadership crisis, certainly in the country, and it's also true for the city of Ekurhuleni. We know for a fact that the ANC and the EFF put forward Mayor Ngodwana as a compromise candidate, and it is for that reason we call Mayor Ngodwana as a puppet mayor. We know that strings are being pulled from Lutulu House and from EFF headquarters, where they basically instruct Mayor Ngodwana to do A from B to D. And we know this is rather very problematic. So Mayor Ngodwana comes from the African Independent Congress, a very small minority party within the city. They only enjoy a 3-seat share of council. And because they disagreed and they had to reach a compromise, the AIC was put forward as a candidate to put together this coalition. And we know for a fact that the ANC and the EFF is fighting a huge political battle within the city, and this is no secret, it's an open secret. The mayoral committees have collapsed, which obviously has an impact in many of the programs and some of the initiatives of service delivery that need to come forward for residents. And we are saying the political mudslinging and the political fighting places the city on a very dangerous slope. We've also received a letter from the MEC for COGTA to the Speaker of Council sometime last year in October, alarming the city's administration and alarming the city's executive that we might be in danger of being placed under administration due to the number of issues that they have raised in that letter. And we were saying enough is enough, and we must put a stop to this, and hence we've tabled this vote of no confidence.
You'd obviously have considered how likely it is that the motion of no confidence against Mayor Ngodwana and his team will be approved by the Council's Programming Committee. And what implications could this have for the city's governance moving forward, particularly in this election year where it's a few months to elections?
Yeah, sure. Viewers at home and yourself, Hugo, would appreciate that the next local government elections will only take place in 2026. So we are concerned with our current term in office, which would have began in the year 2021 and comes to an end in 2026. We are cognizant of the fact that there is a greater political political battles that's unfolding with the provincial and national government. And obviously, that has an impact in the governance of the city. But our key interest is with the city of Ekurhuleni, where our term of office comes to an end in 2026. And we are saying that, even though there's provincial and national elections coming up, we cannot keep quiet whilst our municipality in Ekurhuleni is coming to a halt. It's literally collapsing on a daily basis. We moved from the mandated 30-day cash on hand to a now a 15-day cash on hand, which is rather dangerous. And certainly the Municipal Financial Act agrees that healthy metro as large as Ekurhuleni cannot function with a 15-day cash on hand. So we are of the view that we need to rescue the city of Ekurhuleni with or no, without elections as part of the conversation. But we need to put our political differences aside and start working together and making sure that we save Ekurhuleni. And to add to that, we are open to be talking to all political parties in council and any other political party that may be interested in rescuing and saving Ekurhuleni. We are of the view that if we work together as all political parties and put our political differences aside, we can find long-lasting solutions to help rescue and turn around the situation that we have here.
Well, finally, what role do residents and other stakeholders play in holding government officials accountable for their actions and decisions, particularly in the context of these ongoing challenges in Ekurhuleni?
Yeah, and obviously we appreciate the role of national government. Recently we received a letter from National Treasury informing us that they will be taking away our grants. Certainly national government does have a role to play, as well as provincial government. We have written to the NEC for COCTA, for instance, because ActionSA believes in intergovernmental relations. We have written to the NEC for COCTA, asking the NEC to intervene in the current situation that's currently at play here in the city of Ekurhuleni. We have also on the verge of writing to the Speaker of the Gauteng Legislature, Ms. Ntomi Mekwe, to also intervene on some of the occurrences that are taking place within the city of Ekurhuleni. So we are in position to be using other arms of government and other arms of state to come and intervene for the current situation currently unfolding in the city.
Siyanda Makhubo, ActionSA, City of Ekurhuleni caucus leader, appreciate your time.